Hello, this is a video explaining how our third graders show their work on a word problem. Our third graders use the P.E.S.S model to show their work. P.E.S.S stands for picture, equation, solve, and sentence. In this example problem to the right, the boxes with the letters in the spaces is where the students should show their work for each of the sections. The P.E.S.S model also helps students organize their thinking and the information provided in the problem. So let's go do a practice word problem together. Before I read this word problem, I wanted to go over that we use the cube strategy when we solve word problems. Cube stands for circling your numbers that you need to solve, underlining the question, boxing any math keywords that help you identify if you're going to be doing addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, crossing out any extra information that's not needed, and then solving and showing your work. So after students have read the word problem, they use the cube strategy to help them figure out what they're going to do. This word problem is Jessica drove 357 miles on the first day and 426 miles on the second day. She spent $104 on gas. How many miles did she travel? The question is asking how many miles did she travel, so that would get underlined. Now remembering that they want to know how many miles she's traveled, our extra information is going to be this dollar amount, this $104 on gas, because they haven't asked about how much money spent. They are asking about miles. So this would actually get crossed out since it's extra information. The numbers that we do need are 357 and 426. So those would get circled. And since this is asking for how many miles she's traveled, it's going to be an addition. Here is the example of cubes on a word problem. So this is what it would look like when your child has used the cubes on a word problem. In this picture space, students draw a simple picture that represents the information provided and include labels. Here I've used a small sketch of 2 cars and included the labels from both of the trips. So we've written 357 miles and 426 miles. We're always including labels when we're doing our sketches in a word problem. In the E portion or equation, students write the equation needed to solve. The students don't put the answer since our word problem doesn't tell us. Since students have to solve to find the answer, it's the unknown quantity, so they use a letter or a question mark to represent it. I often have the students use a letter N because that's a letter that doesn't really get confused with other numbers. And then question marks are also helpful to use so that way it doesn't get confused with the number as well. The next portion is solve, which is where students show their work. In this example, we've used the written method to solve the equation, but students can use a strategy they feel the most confident in to solve. So another strategy they could have used for addition like this would have been a number line. So the answer we got was 783 in this example. This last portion is the sentence. Students answer the question using a complete sentence, which in this case was how many miles did Jessica travel? So in our example, we wrote Jessica drove 783 miles in total. So this is an example of the P.E.S.S model for a word problem. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.